me just sharing with you some tips that I have incorporated over the months, and they've really helped me in saving up a few bucks here and there. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. My name is Oluwajoba. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please consider subscribing and joining the family, and if you end up enjoying this video at any point, please do so to like this video, share this video with people that you think will find it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Right? I would love to see you. Okay, so in today's video we'll be talking about saving on grocery shopping. Guys, we all know, like, it is not a hidden fact that a lot of countries are going through inflation. Like, there's inflation everywhere. I don't know if it hasn't gotten to you. If it hasn't gotten to you, then wow, you are really lucky. But where I am, there's inflation. Everything has gotten so expensive that it feels like it's a lot just trying to eat. But over a few months, I have been able to pick up some things that I have used to save up on shopping. Not so much, but I mean, no matter how small you can save, I feel like it still goes a long way in helping you at the end of the day. I need to say first and foremost that I am not an expert. The things I'm going to mention in this video are things that I have incorporated over a few months, and I've seen that they work for me in saving a few bucks on my grocery shopping. All right, okay, let's jump into this video. You need to have a weekly budget. So for myself and my family, I of course am in charge of getting groceries and food and everything for my family. So every week I kind of have like a set budget. Like, in my head, I know this is how much we need to spend. This is the baseline that we need to spend for every time we want to do our weekly shopping. And for me, in my own home, I don't do grocery shopping every week. I do grocery shopping every 2 weeks. So once in 2 weeks is when I do grocery shopping. So basically, you need to have a set budget. According to, I would say you should look at how much is coming into the home income wise, and you'll be able to properly apportion how much should go for grocery shopping in a week. And if you want to be like me, you can do once in 2 weeks. So I would say having a budget over time keeps me in check, so I know that when I want to shop, Oluwajoba, you cannot go past a certain amount of mark, and I try to adhere strictly to that budget. And over time I see that it has really helped me. So that's the first point I would say. Have a weekly budget, and if you want to like shop every 2 weeks, then have a bi-weekly budget, right? So that you know that this is how much you're going to be spending, and that's it for the time frame that you have picked, right? Second point I would say is be honest and realistic. Guys, my people would say at the very least, you cannot afford to deceive yourself. If you deceive every other person, you cannot deceive yourself. If you know that this is how much is coming in for you, you need to be realistic with yourself. Like, realize that if you want to spend less, then you need to pick less. So you cannot say, before you used to buy maybe like 50 items, just for as an example, and now you want to decide that, okay, I want to spend less money, and you still want to buy 50 items. Like, it's not realistic, right? So you need to be honest with yourself. You need to know that if you want to spend less, it kind of means that you have to pick or buy less. Do you understand? I know that it's not easy, but it's a decision that you might need to be intentional about, knowing that, okay, if for example you used to buy maybe everything that you need, but including like snacks, right? And maybe you buy chocolates, cookies, you buy like a whole lot of snack. For example, I'm just using snack as an example. Now that you've decided to spend less, you might want to cut down on a few of those snacks. So if for example you used to buy like maybe 10 snacks or 5 snacks, with this decision of being intentional and being realistic and honest with yourself, it means that instead of buying 10 snacks, then you have to buy maybe 5 or maybe 3 or 2, you know, something like that. So basically what I'm saying is, if you want to take on this saving a few bucks here and there on your groceries, then you need to be intentional, you need to be realistic, and you need to be honest with yourself. You need to cut down on some of the things that you are buying to save more. And it's not an easy decision, but it's something that you need to be intentional about, right? Okay, third point on my list is I do my shopping online. Guys, when I first got to Estonia, I used to go to the store to buy everything that I need, like every week. At the time, I used to go every week. Now, I don't go to the store to buy items just because I think one of the things that actually informed this decision was because where I live in a building that has 5 floors and we don't have an elevator. I don't know if it's a general thing, but here in Estonia, if your building has 5 floors, the building is not mandated to have an elevator, so I've heard. But if you have like 6 floors and above, then you must have an elevator. So for my building, we have 5 floors and I stay on the 4th floor, so we don't have an elevator. And having to go grocery shopping and carrying all those bags up the floor, it wasn't the easiest thing. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go online. I'm going to start shopping online. So my point is, I've realized that over time, shopping online has saved me a few bucks in that I'm able to compare prices. I'm able to do my due diligence of checking. Let's say, for example, I see 2 brands of turkey or 2 brands of sausages. I am able to check the ingredients. I'm able to research on some of those things. I know that, okay, the fact that this one is, for example, bigger and more expensive doesn't make it cheaper in the long run. Do you understand what I'm saying? So shopping online has given me like a leeway to take my time, research on the items that I want to buy, and it has also given me opportunity to compare prices. So there was a store, I can't mention it, but there was a store I used to buy from when I initially started online shopping for my groceries. But I then compared prices with another store and I realized that, oh, this other store is actually cheaper, right? And their loyalty scheme is even better. Look at that. So right now I shop with this other store that they have most of their items are like cheaper, and they have what's it called, loyalty scheme, which is good. And yeah, so basically this is what the online shopping has afforded me. With this loyalty scheme, I can use with time, when I've accrued like a certain amount of money, I can use that cashback to go into the store and buy without literally having to use my money. Unlike the other store, when you accrue, it only allows you to use a certain amount of that cashback at a particular time. So for example, you've come to the store to buy something worth of 10 euros and you have 10 euros on your cashback account. This other store doesn't allow you spend the whole 10 euros. So instead of spending 10 euros, you can say maybe spend 5 euros out of it and then pay 5 euros. But this store that I'm shopping from now will allow you to use the whole 10 euros to shop. Do you understand what I'm saying? So these are some of the things that the online shopping has availed me. So in that way, I'm able to save a few bucks here and there. So I would say maybe consider doing online shopping and save yourself a few bucks. So my 4th point is making a timetable. So having a meal timetable is something that I actually grew up knowing. In my house when I was a lot younger, would have food timetable, and we'll have them like on the table, on the fridge. This was something that you guys did when you were growing up. Let me know in the comment section. But I know that it was kind of a thing for Nigerian homes. I'd really like to know if when you were growing up, you guys had this timetable that was also pasted in your kitchen or on your fridge. Please let me know in the comment section. It would be really fun to see that I'm not the only one who had to go through this. But yeah, so it's something that I actually grew up knowing, and for a while I didn't do that because I felt like, why do I need to restrict myself? But I then found out that it's actually easy. I don't know if it was the fact that when I got married and I had to like cook for my home, or now that I have a baby and I have to like cook, they thought one of the hardest things that I have to do is think of what we're going to eat. Like every time I have to think of it, I'll be like, babe, what are we eating today? It's such a hassle. And I know that it's not just me, because my friends have actually mentioned this to me as well. So what this timetable does is that it saves you from that hassle, one, and it also like gives you a perspective of how much or what are the things that you need to buy. So you don't just go to the store, just buy blindly and you're like, okay, maybe I can make this, maybe I can. But with a timetable, you have like in perspective what you want to make for your family for that week or for 2 weeks, for example, and you are able to buy accordingly without going off that list. By the time you make that list, by the time you know that, okay, these are the things I want to make for my family for this period of time, you are able to make a list. Okay, if I want to make rice, I need to buy rice, I need to buy stew or tomatoes, I need to buy pepper. You need, like, you just make a list of the things that you need to buy, and that kind of saves you the stress of having to go into the store and just randomly buy things just because you feel like you might use them, because at the end of the day you might end up not using them or eating them. That's happened to me also sometimes, where I would say, okay, I want to make this, I want to make this, without having a proper plan or a proper timetable, and then I go there, I buy this, maybe for example buy an avocado, buy a tomato, buy this and buy that, and some of those things I'd have to throw away. I really hate food waste, so I think that's another thing that you can use to save money, avoiding food waste. So if something remains, either you freeze them up, or when you want to make them, you can like use them to make something else. Like look for a recipe that you can convert and use it to make something else, basically. So I feel like avoiding food waste as well would help you save a few bucks. All right, so that's it, guys. At the end of the day, we all want to save a few bucks here and there. I mean, if I can save 20 euros this week or 30 euros this week, I can use that 20 euros or 30 euros to buy myself something else, or I can basically just save the money, right? Or instead of what's it called, planning, making a budget, like saying, instead of saying, okay, I want to use 30 euros to buy something, I can just take that 30 euros that I've saved from my groceries shopping and use it to do what I want to do, basically. And I feel like these points have helped me, and I hope they will help you too. Please let me know in the comment section if you've already started doing any of these things, or if there's something that I said that resonated with you and you think, oh, I'm going to try this thing that JB just mentioned. I'd really like to know, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for always coming back to my video. Please don't forget to like and don't forget to share this video. And if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to me. I would really love to have you, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Jesus loves you. Bye.